Every tech enthusiast has an ever-revolving set of tech, especially things like headphones and earbuds, but what stays and what doesn't tends to be non-electronic in nature. Yes, as a tech enthusiast, a lot of my EDC isn't electronic, starting with a notebook. Yes, a notebook. This specific one is from Dingbats the Wildlife Collection. While I like the size of the Dingbats, I didn't like the pen holder it came with and cut it off to replace it with another EDC item, the Traveler Company pen clip, as you can see in the back here. I've got the olive to match the notebook, which I like better because unlike most mountain pens, there is a rubber grip on most gel and ballpoint pens. This one is the Sarasa Nano, and it does get stuck on the rubber band. The reason the Traveler Company clip works well with the Dingbats notebook is that the cover is relatively thick. There is even a pouch in the back that allows you to store things, adding to the thickness. But what I don't like is the location of the perforations on the dingbats themselves. If it was consistently on the first line of dots, I wouldn't hate it that much. However, I do like how the paper is, and it's not a bright light that feels painful in the sunlight. For writing experience, it feels smooth to write on and is a fountain pen friendly paper for the fountain pen people out there. That said, I'm still switching to either the Hobonichi or the Midori. After I finish with using the dingbats, I'm looking for covers in order to slip my pen or the pen clip onto. Let me know if you're aware of any other leather covers that aren't the Traveler's Company in the comments. So what does a notebook do that my phone can't? In terms of being able to take down notes, create a list, or draw if you're into that, nothing. But what it does do is reduce the friction of taking down a note or trying to pull up and remember something. Personally, it has to do with the tactility or feel of using things and the technical singularity and utility that a notebook provides. Unlike my phone, which is a void of many things that I could use it for, my daily phone is the Samsung Galaxy 23 FE, which does really well, but I still keep wishing that there was a headphone jack. I don't take a lot of photos or videos on my phone, but in terms of taking photos or videos, it still holds up well. What I don't use my phone for is its flashlight. Yes, the S23 FE does have a flashlight, but an actual flashlight as part of my EDC is the mini mag light. Unlike most modern flashlights, this uses a AAA battery. I use rechargeable ones from Eneloop and they work for hours. I might actually get the pro versions. There have been a couple times where I've clipped on my hat when on a trip, plus in comparison to the phone flashlight, it is much brighter, and apparently there is a blind spot in the middle of the light in order to shine it in someone's face without blinding them, which allegedly is used by field medics. I personally didn't have any reason to use this, but maybe one day. As for something I use daily, it's my keychain from Monkeys. It has a bottle opener which I use to open boxes. There's the flathead bit that I use on camera gear more often than not. However, the real reason I don't use it as much as I used to is the actual multi-tool in my pocket, the Leatherman Charge TI, a proper piece of EDC tech, where the few times I do bring it out to open something with one of the knives, I get asked, why do you carry a knife? Just in case someone jumps you? No, this is a multi-tool and it's difficult to even open. There's two knives, a serrated and a regular blade, and I have not sharpened these, but they're sharp enough to open boxes. There's the saw I've used once, and there's the file that I've used to sharpen other knives, ironically speaking. It could use a replacement, honestly, but the useful part is the pliers. Whether it's to hold small objects or crimp things, or cut some thin wires, I use this almost as much as the knives. There's the driver bit and the can opener. Use it every time the house one broke, which is only twice now, but I'm glad to have a backup. Small scissors, I use a knife often enough that they work better than using these. However, I do remember using them on occasion. Same with the pry bar and the mini driver. Wearing glasses, I did find some use with it. Much better than the Swiss Army knife I used to have. For the wallet, I do have the extra wallet with the strap here. I don't really use it because I put my transit card at the front instead. And then I have my cash in between, as you can see there. So it's like just a bunch of cash. I have up to $100. Mind you, it's like 20s and 50s. And then you can hold up to 5 different cards. And these are just placeholder cards in there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that is a HelloFresh thing that isn't linked to me, I think. I don't know, it's just a card that I picked up. It's probably expired at this point, or I used it personally. But if you want to see what's in my desk instead of my pockets, make sure to check out this video, and of course, subscribe for more content on tech and the ability for both productivity and gaming. I'm your host, Naka. Have a nice one. You can hold about 5 different cards, and a lot of money in there. I have roughly $100 at this point, just because people keep giving me cash after I pay for all the food.